गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स।
Yeah.
मेरा नाम अमित कुमार महतो है। मैं एक ऑथर, ब्लॉगर एंड चार्टर्ड वेल्थ मैनेजर हूं। एंड मैं आप सबका अमित स्टॉक शो के ये पहले एपिसोड एस्पायर टू इंस्पायर में स्वागत करता हूं। दोस्तों, आप लोग रैग टू रिचेज की स्टोरी तो सुने होंगे, फर्श से अर्श तक जाने की कहानी तो सुने होंगे, लेकिन इस एपिसोड के जरिए हम बात करेंगे एस्पायरिंग टू इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी की। यस फ्रेंड्स, आप लोग एग्री करेंगे, दुनिया में जितनी भी सारी चीजें हुई हैं वो दो बार हुई हैं। कोई भी इन्वेंशन अगर किसी साइंटिस्ट ने करा होगा तो जिस दिन वो इन्वेंशन हुआ वो एक डेट था, लेकिन उससे पहले उस साइंटिस्ट के माइंड में वो इन्वेंशन पहले हो चुका होता है। तो हम जो इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी की बात कर रहे हैं, सो बेसिकली वो किसी एक इंसान के पहले एस्पिरेशन रहे होंगे एंड वो एस्पायर किया होगा उसको करने का, एंड उसके बाद जब उसको कंप्लीट कर लेता है, उसको अचीव कर लेता है, वो एक इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है। तो दोस्तों, मैं एक बार फिर से आप सबों का स्वागत करता हूं एंड मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि आज इस पहले एपिसोड में हमारे जो गेस्ट हैं काफी इंस्पायरिंग है। मैं उनके बारे में बताना चाहूंगा। ही इज नन अदर देन माय वेरी गुड फ्रेंड हितेश पोरवल। ही इज द फाउंडर ऑफ Bizstart. He is a IDF certified executive coach specializing in career transition cases for executive in their 30s or 40s. He is a MBA, CFA, CISA, gold medalist in Rajasthan in 12th board. Friends, he has a great experience and he has played a major roles in the company like SS&C Globe as a managing director, and he was the head of index cell in Bombay Stock Exchange. So without taking much time, I welcome Hitesh Porwal. Hello Hitesh, how are you?
Excellent, Amit, and a very good morning. I'm doing great and improving every day.
Thank you for being here, Hitesh. So Hitesh, it would be great अगर आपकी अपनी एस्पिरेशंस क्या रहे थे, आपका बचपन कैसा रहे था, आपकी अपनी जो स्टोरी है जरा एक्सप्लेन करें, बताएं लोगों को, सो दैट हम अच्छे तरीके से कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे आपसे।
Sure. So, hi everyone. I'm a certified executive coach. I'm from Jodhpur, from an average family. Importantly, I was always intrigued with the people who would come first in the state, right, in the board exams, in the 10th and the 12th. And I would always feel great how these people would feel when they would be interviewed and their like photographs would appear in a newspaper. So after 10th, I became serious about my studies. I was a commerce student. And for some reason, I felt I could also come first, right? And before I knew the law of attraction, I think I applied it. I would visualize myself being the first in the state, actually the gold medalist. And you won't believe, in the 12th standard, around 15 days before the results were out, I went to a photography studio and I asked him to take a nice picture of mine, because I said, if I come first, which photograph am I going to give in the newspaper? And I took that photograph, and you won't believe, on the day of the results, I was the gold medalist in the state of Rajasthan in the 12th
Wow.
standard.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one story. And after that, my father actually wanted one of the kids. So we were like five kids, right? Four brothers and a sister. And my father had a dream that one of us should be an IAS. So I appeared for IAS just after my BCom, and I was able to clear the pre's but couldn't clear the mains. And one day I said, maybe this is my father's dream. This is not my dream. So I told my father that I'm not going to pursue IAS and I'm going to switch gears and join MBA and CFA, which is what I did. And after doing my MBA and CFA, I shifted to Bombay in search for a job. I didn't have any job for 6 months. I was trying, and when I had two options. I had a job from the Bombay Stock Exchange, an offer from them, and another one from stock holding, Shell. And I went for the Bombay Stock Exchange. After a couple of years at the BSc, my boss happened to quit, or I think he took a VRS, and there was an opportunity to head the index department, which was like responsible for the maintenance of Sensex and all the other indices. So I took that charge up and did a couple of important projects there, like shifted Sensex from a full market capitalization to free float, and launched the first ETF, exchange traded fund, on Sensex along with Prudential, ICICI, and so on. In 2003, I again saw that maybe the stock exchange was a great place in terms of a brand, but from a performance standpoint, I wasn't very comfortable because it was sort of a semi-government organization. So I took a call that I wanted to join a multinational. So I jumped into a startup which was opening their first shop in India. It was an American company called Globop, and they were into the middle office and back office for hedge funds and fund of funds. So I joined them as the first 5 or 7 employees, and I spent 14 years with them. I became a director in 2006 and an MD in 2013. And as like universe would have some other plans, I started losing interest in job from 2016. And then I took a coach to understand what that calling was. And once it was clear, in 2018, I quit and I started my new journey. Yeah, so that was, I don't know if it was a short one, Amit, but that is my journey so far.
That's fantastic, fantastic, Hitesh. Rather, I'll say quite inspiring. But Hitesh, हम जानना चाहेंगे आपसे कि that's fine कि आपने जॉब लूज करना चालू कर दिया होगा, और जैसा कि मैंने पहले कहा, कहीं ना कहीं आपके स्कूलिंग के दौरान या कॉलेज के दौरान ही शायद आपके दिमाग में आया होगा कि ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ टाइम जॉब करने के बाद मैं अपना खुद का कुछ तो करूंगा, बिजनेस करूंगा या जो भी करूंगा. सो आपने आपने आपका करियर बेहतरीन रहा है. इनफैक्ट बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में हाईली पेड जॉब विद अ ग्रेट पोजीशन, देन एमएनसी कंपनी में अगेन मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर का पोजीशन. सो वो एक अलग रुतबा है और एक अलग पोजीशन था आपका. और ऐसे जॉब को छोड़ के आपने कैसे सोचा कि मुझे अपना एक बिजनेस सेटअप करना चाहिए और एकदम स्क्रैच से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए? So, what is this Bizstart all about? जरा इसके बारे में डिटेल से बताएं और कहां से ये दिमाग में आया कुछ डिफरेंट करने का. So, yes, Hitesh.
See, so I think to go for a job or to go for entrepreneurship or your own business, people may see it as two different lines. I don't see it as that way. You can be in a job and you can still be an entrepreneur, right? So I think I was an
So true.
entrepreneur from like day one. I still like remember in the stock exchange, in a job, right? I would take big risks. I mean, I would take up the challenge to head a department, and I had a fear in me, right? कि अगर मैं fail हो गया तो क्या, right? And I always had this कि अगर मैं fail हो गया, I'll always be able to find another job or do a business. So I would say that I had an entrepreneurial whatever mindset, and I implemented that in my job, and I think that helped me stand out from my peers. The same happened in my job at SSNC, like Globop, where I think I changed 4 internal jobs, right? I moved from one department to the other. And almost always when I moved, it was a completely new department. I mean, when I moved from exchange traded operations to OTC derivatives, I didn't know ABCD of OTC derivatives, but I took it up as a challenge, saying that I'm going to learn, and which will be also like fulfilling for me, right? And after 3 years, I had an opportunity to move into valuations of complicated financial instruments. So it was all hedge funds, right? So they trade in very complicated financial instruments. And again, like valuations is a very technical area for FRMs and CFAs. And I wasn't sure, but by that time I had learned that the way to grow is to take a risk, whether in job or business. So I took that up in 2012. Again, there was an opportunity whereby we were starting a new department for the non-hedge fund clients, the institutional clients. And again, I took that risk. So I've taken a risk again and again in my life. I was at a comfortable job, as you said, with the Bombay Stock Exchange, and everyone said, why would someone leave a job from the stock exchange and join a startup? But I took that risk. And again, in 2018, when I said I had a calling that I'm not an accident on this planet, right? I think none of us is, right? Everyone on this call is a channel to get a few things done on this planet. We are not an accident. We are not born to pay bills, right? Once you understand that, and you try to find what your inspiration is, and the word inspiration, which is actually the topic for today, it comes from the word in spirit, which means an idea gets, see there is a difference between motivation, inspiration, and aspiration, and I want to spend a minute on that.
Sure.
You are like motivated when you get hold of an idea and you take it to a logical level so that you feel that you have achieved something in life. That is called a motivation. Inspiration is very different. You have an inspiration when an idea gets hold of you and takes you to a place where you're supposed to go, which means you just go with the flow. You have a calling and you feel that you are a channel to get a few things done in this world, and you actually like go for it. Aspiration is a mechanical thing in the sense that we all have hopes, right? But when we direct our hopes and efforts towards our calling, that is what I call aspiration, right? So in around 2018, I had an aspiration that with all the education and intelligence and whatever, right, I think I need to make an impact in this world, right? And I would have personally interviewed around 8 to 10,000 people in my life, because we had to grow the company. When I joined, we were around 7 employees or 8 employees, and when I quit, we were 2,200. So jobs were coming in those years, right, in 2005 and 10, right? But after that, saw that it was going down, and I said, me being an expert in hiring and all, right, what could I do, right? Are there enough opportunities in jobs? People in their 30s or 40s who for some reason, for accidental like reasons, they have to quit job. Can I do something for that, right? So in order to have an impact, so now I've got a vision to impact maybe around 10 lakh lives by 2022, in terms of giving them the clarity as to what business they can start so that their chances of success are high. So, in summary, I'm a coach who helps you find your alignment. Given who you are, what kind of a business you could start. And while I was on it, I got an idea of like Bizstart. So I'll take a pause here, right? If you've got anything to ask, and then I'll go into Bizstart fully.
Yeah, so what I'm getting out of your conversation, Hitesh, is एक इंसान जो इस दुनिया में पहली बार आता है, अगेन उसके लिए हर चीज नहीं होती है, राइट? सो एक एंटरप्रेन्योर जो पहले मे बी जॉब में होता है, बट उसका माइंडसेट अगर क्लियर होता है तो वो ये नहीं सोचता है कि क्या होगा, रिस्क के बारे में नहीं सोचता है, वो डरता नहीं है। जैसे कि लाइफ में उसने पहले सारी चीजों को एक्सेप्ट किया रहता है और आगे बढ़ता है, जस्ट लाइक दैट। वो एक्सेप्ट करता है चैलेंज को और आगे बढ़ता है, और जब आगे बढ़ता है तो आपके जैसे एक इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी हमारे सामने आती है। So it would be great, Hitesh, if you can explain something about Bizstart in detail.
Sure, sure, Amit. So, like before I do that, I just wanted to pick up like something which you said, right? Everyone has to do something new, which means you have to take some risk. And I want to share an example of a 24-year-old fresh MBA who appeared for an interview where the interviewer asked him, "Why should I hire you when you don't have any experience?"
Yes.
What this 24-year-old fresh MBA told not only got him the job, he claimed the best possible salary at that level. And here is what he said. He said, "I have 24 years of experience in building a winning attitude. I've got 24 years of experience in being enthusiastic and hardworking. I have 24 years of experience in knowing that if I don't help you earn more than what you pay me, you will soon be out of business. I have 24 years of experience in knowing that there are no shortcuts in life. And I've got 24 years of experience in knowing that my experience, my passion, and my dreams are more important than my experience.
That's a great message, Hitesh, especially for the youth जो ये समझते हैं कि हम फ्रेशर हैं, अभी तो हमारे पास एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, हम तो कुछ दुनिया देखे नहीं है, एंड इवन पीपल जो इस तरह की बातें करके हमारे यूथ को डिमोरलाइज करते हैं, उनके लिए ये बेहतरीन मैसेज है. That's really amazing. Thank you, Hitesh.
Okay, so
Yeah,
with that, I'm
please
going
continue.
to go into my like startup idea. So in case anyone is not aware, I launched a startup on August 26th. It is called Bizstart, www.bizstart.in. It is a virtual platform for anyone who wants to start a new business, but they are not able to decide what business to start, how to get started. And the way, if you think about it, anyone who starts a new business, what do they do, right? Who do they talk to? It is a very informal conversation which they do with their mama, papa, chacha, or a dost, right? And based on the experience of these 3-4 people in their life, they maybe come up with maybe 3 to 4 options, right? But at the same time, they don't have all the relevant information, all the financial inputs which they need to know in order to understand how to go about starting that business. So I identified that as a gap, that there are a lot of people who want to start a new business. Maybe they want to become trainers, maybe they want to start a gold jewelry, an online store, they want to become influencer and bloggers, these are the new, or they want to open a cloud kitchen, but they don't have someone to guide amongst their family and friends. So how can they live their dream, right? So I said, why don't I take up the challenge of personally interviewing individual business owners in each of the fields. So as of date, I've got 140 different businesses already live on my portal, whereby I've taken 140 interviews with 140 different business owners from different businesses, and I've asked them a question: what if your younger brother or sister was to start the same business now? What are the financial inputs it takes? How much investment it takes? What will be the operating cost? How many staff you'll need? What are the gross profit margin? What is the turnover to like break even like ratio? What are the staff salaries? I mean, what is the advertisement budget? How much of a square feet place I need, etc., etc. And that conversation or an interview I have converted into a template and I've put it on my portal for 140 different businesses, right? And my goal is that with this, people who want to start a new business and say they have got 4 lakh rupees or 8 lakh rupees, at the moment they may be thinking of maybe 3 to 4 options. But what I'm saying is, you come to this portal, you apply a filter of how much of an investment capacity you have, and you'll see maybe 50 different businesses which you could potentially start. And it's not just a list of businesses, it gives you free of cost all the economics, all the 15 to 18 economics that I capture about a business. If you want to start a solar energy business, or if you want to start a sari business, or a shoe shop, or you want to become a coach like me, or you want to run a dental, I mean, I've got all the varieties, right? So you get all the information. Plus, I've got these business owners empaneled with me, which means if you want to schedule a call and talk to these business owners to tap into their experience, years of experience, right, at a nominal fee between 300 rupees to 2000, 2400, and I don't say how much like all these people should charge, because it is a charge which these people take. I just run a platform. You can schedule a call with a person who's doing a diamond business for 18 years. You can schedule a 1 hour call with him and ask everything which you need to know before you commit your time and money to that particular business. And my goal is to extend it to, you should be able to talk to a chartered accountant, a lawyer, a financer, a business planner. So in phase 2, I'm adding that. In phase 3, I'm going to map each of the suppliers which you need to know, you need to connect in order to start your business. So the whole idea is what business to start, how to start, and overcome the fear of failure. I'm trying to address all these 3 areas because these are the challenges for anyone who wants to start a new business today.
That's really fantastic, Hitesh. Viewers, मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा, जैसे कि हितेश ने बताया, it's an amazing platform, Bizstart. So basically लोग जॉब कर रहे होते हैं या कुछ छोटा मोटा बिजनेस कर रहे होते हैं, लेकिन कुछ बड़ा करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन शायद इसलिए नहीं कर पाते हैं कि उन्हें पता नहीं होता है कैसे करना है, क्योंकि उसका एक्सपर्टाइज नहीं होता है, एक्सपीरियंस नहीं होता है. या फिर कुछ करते हैं और फेल हो जाते हैं, और उनके फेलियर्स को देख के शायद उनके नेक्स्ट जनरेशन भी कुछ नया करने से डरते हैं। सो बिज स्टार्ट वो प्लेटफॉर्म दे रहा है जहां पे एक प्लेटफॉर्म में डिफरेंट सेगमेंट्स के लोगों के जो एक्सपर्ट्स हैं उनको हितेश एक साथ लेके आए हैं और उनकी सर्विस मुहैया करा रहे हैं। सो सिंपली जस्ट बिज स्टार्ट में जाके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप एक ब्रोकिंग बिजनेस सेटअप करना चाहते हैं, आप एक टेक्सटाइल बिजनेस सेटअप करना चाहते हैं, या फिर आप होटल रेस्टोरेंट बिजनेस सेटअप करना चाहते हैं, तो उस पर क्या कॉस्ट लगेगा, क्या मैन पावर होगा, क्या इंफ्रा होगा, ये सारी डिटेल्स वहां पे तो अवेलेबल होंगी ही। साथ ही अगर आपको लगता है कि उस एक्सपर्ट से आपको बात करना चाहिए और जिसकी वो जो आपको गाइड करेगा, और उसके गाइडेंस में डेफिनेटली आप अपने बिजनेस को नेक्स्ट लेवल में लेके जा सकते हैं। सो आई मस्ट say, Hitesh, you are doing a wonderful job and it's quite inspiring. Yes, Hitesh, it would be great अगर आप अपने प्लेटफॉर्म को हमारे व्यूअर को एक छोटा सा डेमो देके दिखाएं कि लाइक वो आपको अप्रोच करेंगे तो वहां पे क्या कुछ मिलेगा। सो अगर आपका प्लेटफॉर्म का डेमो अगर आप दिखाते हैं तो इट वुड बी
Sure. I think you have to make me the host so that I'm able to share my screen, Amit.
श्योर
You
श्योर।
could just make me the host. You just I right click on my name and just like make me the host.
या yes, Hitesh,
Yes.
you are now
Yeah,
host.
yeah, I'm the host. So let me share a few slides before I show you the portal, right? So as I said, it is a startup, and every startup tries to disrupt something. And Amit, can you just confirm if you are able to see my screen, which says what are we disrupting?
No, we can't see. You'll have to see it first.
Okay, maybe
On share screen.
screen has failed to start. Please try again. Okay, it has failed. So let
Just
me try
click
again.
on share screen
Yeah, I did that.
and open your.
Is it now visible?
No, I think you have not yet clicked on share screen.
Oh, no, it is giving an error. Screen sharing has failed to start. Please try again later. Error code is 105035. I think there is a challenge in sharing my screen.
Okay, will it be okay if you make me a host again? I'll open your web,
Yeah, right. So why
and
don't
maybe you can explain.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me. So I just made you host, and if you could open my site www.bizstart.in by sharing your screen.
BIZ start.
START bizstart.in. www.bizstart.in. And if it opens, great. Yeah, we are seeing it.
Open, right? Yeah. So yes, viewers, you can see
great.
the website of bizstart.in. Yes, you can just guide me so that accordingly.
So this is like a Google search for what business do you want to start in India? Anything in your mind. This is a website for people who are confused, people who are not exploring all the options which potentially they could explore to start any particular business. If you click on filter here, Amit, on the screen, there are two filters. The first one gives you the list of all the businesses. If you click on that, just this one. So here you will see a list of all the business options that I've already got live. As I said, I've got 140. You want to start a restaurant, a sweet shop, you want to start an NGO, bakery and cake. I mean, you want to start an art business, you want to become a blogger. All those businesses are there. And if you check the second option, which is all investment, if you just filter on the second one, Amit, the next all investment on the right.
So I need to click on any business.
No, let it go. No, don't click on anything. Just click on all investment filter, and here, if you have an investment capacity of say 5 to 10 lakhs or 10 to 25 lakhs, just select any, right? 5 to 10 lakhs, like say for example, or 10 to 25, and you hit search. And when you hit search, all those businesses which you could start in 5 to 10 lakhs will come up on your screen. And Amit, you could scroll down slowly so that you see the businesses which you could start. Just scroll down, and you'll see all the businesses which a person could, you could start a pharmacy store, you could start a business in selling of CCTV, you could start a digital marketing company, you could start a training company in 5 lakhs. And these numbers have come from people who are currently trainers. Or if it is a travel agent, it says 5.25 lakhs mein you could start a travel agency, right? ये number आज की डेट में जो travel agency का business कर रहा है या कर रही है, उसके थ्रू आया है, उसको एक्सपीरियंस है, उसने ये किया है 5 साल 10 साल 15 साल, और ये उसका एक्सपीरियंस बोल रहा है कि आज की तारीख में अगर आपको कुछ स्टार्ट करना हो तो इस अमाउंट में यू कुड स्टार्ट योर ओन बिजनेस. एंड इफ यू क्लिक ऑन एनी ऑफ दिस कार्ड, या सो जस्ट क्लिक ऑन एनी ऑफ द कार्ड.
So if like, for example, I want to start a pharma retail store.
Yeah, right. So you see a pharmacy. So it says that you could start a pharmacy store in around 10 lakhs of rupees. The typical gross profit margin is around 25%. And again, it is an average, right? The gross profit margin on a patented drug is around 10 to 15%, whereas in a generic drug, it is as high as 1000%. This is what I've been told by 3 pharmacy store owners. This is not academic information. This has come from horse's mouth. 3 people who are doing a pharmacy business, and all the operating costs, etc. And then you have a guy, in this case, there is a guy called Sanket Jain who has been into this business for around 15 years or 13 years, and he's available to talk to you at this time for this amount of money. You can schedule a call. Just click on schedule a call on the right side, and then you can choose a date or a time when this person is available. In the first filter, you can choose a language in which he or she could talk, and you give your name, mobile, email, and you make a payment, and a call will be scheduled, and there will be emails going out to Sanket, to you, to me, so that we all are aware that a call has been scheduled. There will be a follow-up from my office with you and with him as well, and on the day of the call, Sanket will call you, and you will have a 1 hour call. There will be instructions on email as to how do you prepare for that call, so that you make the most out of that 1 hour which you spend on phone with him. After the call, you get an email to give a rating. Were you happy with that call or not, right? On a star rating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all that is automated. If you give a star rating of 1, then you won't believe I get involved. I call you and I pay the money back, and I would like to understand why you did not get the value. And if there is another person in the pharmacy business, I schedule a free call for you. Just click on the home above, on the top one, Amit, home. Yeah, and just actually, yeah. And just scroll to actually the bottom, please. Just scroll down. So yeah, so here you could start an online store, you could open a restaurant. Just click on a restaurant, for example, the first one on the top left. Just click on that card. So there are these like shortcuts also. So you could open a cloud kitchen, a fine dining restaurant, or a cafe. Say you're interested in a cloud kitchen, please click on like cloud kitchen. And if you click on cloud kitchen, again, there are 4 options. You could take a franchisee, you be a franchisor, or a QSR. If you scroll down, there's a 4th option. And say you click on the first one, I franchisee, on the first card. Now, when I took an interview of a cloud kitchen owner, this is the information which I captured, right? It takes an investment of around like 9 lakhs. You pay a commission of around 20% to Zomato, Swiggy. There's a gross profit margin of around like 50%. Your payment cycle is 10 days. It takes 1.5 years. The section in gray is your operating cost, all the subjective things. And then you have a guy, Hussein, who runs 17 cloud kitchen franchises in Pune, all over India. From Pune, all over India, sorry. He is a CEO of Quan Food. His like LinkedIn profile is there, and you can schedule a call with him for 1,500 rupees if you really want to start a cloud kitchen, because he has been into this industry for maybe 8 to 10 years. So he knows everything, and you can save 1, 2, 3 years of trial and error before you start any business. And similarly, there are 140 other businesses. I want to show like one more. If you go to home, please, Amit, and scroll to the bottom.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, this will be the last one, right? So just scroll to the bottom, and you'll see on the bottom right, there will be organic farming. No, just go down, newly added businesses. So if you want to do organic farming, just click on that organic farming. And you can start an organic grocery store, or you could have your own farm, or you've been into farm input business. If you click on the center card, say for example, on the production and farming, within that, You could be doing farming of food grains or strawberries or aloe vera, and you click on any of the cards, any of these three cards, Amit, and you'll see all the economics of doing that business. So if you have got a 2 biga farm, the economics of doing aloe vera organic farming, how much is actually the produce, what is the cost, actually the labor cost, what could be your income from this kind of a business, and you talk to a farmer who's doing this kind of a business, and you can schedule a call with him. So what we have tried to do is, firstly, we are providing hundreds of options for you to think in a broader sense what all business you could really start, because you are not exploring all the options which you could potentially start, right? So first, we are giving you a list of all the options. Second, we are free of cost providing you all the information which I have obtained personally by interviewing individual business owner, by going to their shop or factory or a farm, right? And we have given all this available which you could use to analyze, which could help you take an informed decision. And after that, if you want to schedule a call with that person, you have an option, but that is not free. There will be a minimal charge, because these people are doing their own business. They are not free to handle 100 calls in a day, right? So we had to put a price. So the idea is, no one should have any excuse to not do any business, right? You have all the
क्या बात
information,
है.
you have the
That's a
right
great idea.
people, right? You have actually all the information, you have all the options, you have the right people to talk to you. So just go and start a business which you want to.
Fantastic, Hitesh. So, viewers, my friends, जैसा कि हितेश ने कहा, आपके पास कोई एक्सक्यूज नहीं है. आप अभी क्या कर रहे हैं एंड क्या करना चाहते हैं. अगर करना चाहते हैं तो जस्ट गो ऑन, और आपको हेल्प की जरूरत है तो इसके लिए हितेश एंड उसका प्लेटफॉर्म रेडी अवेलेबल है. और वहां पे अभी तक 148 लोग ऑलरेडी लिस्टेड हैं जो आपको हेल्प कर सकते हैं. आप किस कैटेगरी में जाना चाहते हैं, सिंपली उनको विजिट कीजिए. उनके सारे डिटेल्स अवेलेबल हैं, बिजनेस के सारे डिटेल्स अवेलेबल हैं, और अगर आपको काउंसलिंग की जरूरत है तो द एक्सपर्ट्स इज अवेलेबल फॉर यू. हितेश, मैं यहाँ जानना चाहूंगा कि अभी तक तो 148 लोगों को आपने लिस्ट कर रखा है अपने वेबसाइट में. सो क्या आगे भी और लोगों को ऐड करने का इरादा है, या दिस इज द, आई मीन, यू स्टॉप्ड हियर?
नहीं, आगे सी, so I have a goal to cover 400 different business categories, and within 400 around 2000 people, right? For each business there would be 4 people available. I have like divided India into east, west, north, south and central, because if someone wants to talk to a person in Telugu, right, he should have an option, right, to talk to someone from south, actually from Andhra. So for each business, so firstly I'll have around 400 different businesses, so this 140 will go up. We are adding at a speed of 1 or 2 businesses every day. That is how my day is scheduled. I talk to around 6 people every day through a contact. It is not by application, it is by invitation. People whom I know, people who are already on panel, who understand this business. And plus there is a social angle to all this, right? We don't empanel people who feel it is a competitive world out. We empanel people who feel that they have achieved enough in their life and now they don't mind sharing their information and helping other people who want to know, right? So there's a social gene, and I personally screen whether a person is fit to get empanel or not. So 400 actually like different businesses, and for each business 5 people across the 5 like regions in India. So 2000 people is the goal for me in the next like 6 months.
That's great, fantastic, Hitesh. In fact, it's a great contribution, I'll say, what you are giving to the society. And Hitesh, अगर आपसे कोई कनेक्ट करना चाहे तो कैसे कनेक्ट करेंगे? वेबसाइट में आपके सारे डिटेल्स हैं, और लाइक विल शेयर ऑल योर डिटेल्स. हाउ एनीबॉडी कैन contact you?
Yeah, so I think it is like easy, just like search for my name on like LinkedIn, right? I'm like pretty active on like LinkedIn. Apart from that, I've got my own page like Bizstart on Instagram and Facebook, and even on like LinkedIn. Go to my site, my phone number you can share with anyone. I try to do one free session every Saturday for people who want to get clarity, and I share the foundations of how to go about choosing what business you can start. And at this point, I just want to take like 2 minutes if you have, right, Amit?
Sure.
I have 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So I want to share actually the three foundations, because everyone is here to start something new, right? And before you go to like Bizstart, you have to ask like yourself, what kind of a business can I do? Since, as I said, I'm an expert on finding your alignment, let me do a quick exercise to help you find your alignment today. So if you
Okay.
are planning to do something new, what are those top three options that come in your mind? Say, for example, you want to open a restaurant, or you want to start a gold jewelry business, or you want to start a cloud kitchen, maybe, right? If these are your options, or your options could be anything, write it down on a piece of paper as option A, option B, and option C. Whatever options you are thinking, you are contemplating to start in your life. Just take
Uh,
like 10 seconds.
yeah, sure. So I'm ready. If
Yeah,
you ask me, my
yeah.
answer would be first would be training,
Okay.
second would be broking business, and third
Okay.
would be to establish a school.
School, great, right? So these are like your options. I
Yes.
hope everyone has identified their best options. I know you are not clear. I know, but I'm asking you as a coach, I'm asking you to force yourself and choose the best three options. You can change it afterwards. But
Of
for
course.
this exercise, please write down the three options you have in your mind. And assuming you have already like written, which you have done already, Amit, now
Yeah.
apply the first filter. See, like you are an experienced person, you are a qualified person, I know, right? So you
Yes.
have an edge, you have an expertise, you have some experience in one of these three areas already. Or you may have experience in all the three areas. Now, the option where you have the highest expertise, give that a score of 10. The second highest, give 5, and third highest, give 1. So you have
Okay.
expertise in maybe training, in
So,
broking, and in school, right? So
right.
the option with the highest expertise, you give 10, then give 5, and then give 1.
Yeah, so I'll give 10 to my broking business because I'm into this for last 19 years, you can say.
Okay.
And 5 to training because in training I'm for last few years, I'm into 3 years only. And of course, school business would be completely new to me.
Yeah, so that is 1, right? Great.
Yes.
I mean, I love that example. Now, like, let us put actually the second filter. And the second filter is if you are going to earn 2 crores in each of these three business, whether you do a school or broking or training, if you are going to earn the same amount of money, say 2 crores per annum in each of these options, which option would you love to choose? So now we have got the money part out of the game. It is not about money. Now it is about your love. So which option would you love? Give that 10, the second highest give 5, and third highest give 1.
Yes. So in that case, it will be just reverse. I'll give 10 to the training, 5 to the broking business, and 1 to the school business because
Great.
I have simply no idea about this business.
Great, great, right? So we are going good so far. Now, the third and the most important filter, and there are a couple of more which I'll share. The third filter is out of these three options, in which of these three options you have already spoken to potential clients and business experts who know that business, and they have told you that Amit, you should go for this. There's a huge opportunity in this business. आपने कितने लोगों से बात किया है अबाउट दिस बिजनेस और कितने लोगों ने बोला है कि दिस इज अ ग्रेट ऑप्शन फॉर ऑप्शंस वेयर यू हैव स्पोकन टू पीपल एंड यू हैव एन आइडिया अबाउट पोटेंशियल कस्टमर्स गिव दैट 10 where you don't have a great idea give it 5 where you have not spoken it is just in your head give it 1
Can I give 10 to, I mean, 2 options or no?
yeah you can give 10 right but the point is have you spoken to people are you damn sure that there is a huge scope in that kind of a business
Okay.
because you have spoken to potential clients you have spoken to the business experts
Right, right. So in that case, I'll give another, again 10 to the training and
hmm
5 to the broking business and
okay great
to the school
so
business. Yeah.
so so we just finished a sample exercise. This is how you have to go about choosing what business to start. And once you have a couple of options, right, then you need to go to Bizstart and explore what does it take. Because all this was about you, right? मुझे क्या करना है? लेकिन कैसे करना है? For that you go to Bizstart, you search for training, you search for a school, you search for anything you want to start, and you will see what are the economics, what are the financial input to start each one of those business, which will help you take an informed decision. If you are still confused, schedule a call. That is how you go about it. Two things which I missed in this exercise, which you should be doing. I'm not saying what options you wrote cannot be changed. You can add a fourth option, but do the same exercise. First, your expertise. Second, what you love. And third is, do you have market intelligence that there is a huge potential in that business? A few,
Got that.
and then a few more things, right? You all have to
Yeah,
ask honestly to yourself, given a choice, what kind of people would you like to deal with? Would you like to deal with students? Would you like to deal with corporate executives? Would you like to deal with investors? Would you like to deal with students? Would you like to deal with housewives? What kind of people, given a choice, would you love to deal with? And that will help you identify who will be your ultimate client, because once you start that business, you will be dealing with those people every day, and you should enjoy dealing with those people.
so
That is
true.
when you are inspired and you achieve like success. So that is actually the second last filter. And the last filter which you have to apply is, you don't, or you cannot serve 7.5 billion people on this planet. You
That's true.
can work only for a niche, right? So you have to identify a product or a service which you could sell to just four clients. The problem which most of the people actually make is they try to come up with a product or a service which they believe they could sell to everyone. And that is a recipe for failure. You achieve success when you don't come up with a product which you could sell to everyone, but when you come up with a product which talks to a specific targeted audience. You don't need the whole world to be your client. You need a small viable public option, right? Maybe four people, right, who will be happy to pay you for your product. If you do that experiment, and if that experiment is a success or you learn from it, that is how you experiment. A lot of people ask me, right, what business I should do.
Correct.
Friends, there is no power in any business idea. As many things as you see in your room, in every business, in every product, there are 100 people who are earning more than 100 crores. So there is a scope in every product. But the point is, are you aligned with that kind of a business or not? Are you aligned with dealing with those kinds of people or not? That is an important question. And once you get that clarity, then you go to Bizstart, you find the financial inputs, understand how much of a finance you need, etc., etc. Because it's not confidence. People say, I don't feel confident to start a new business. You never get confidence. You always start with clarity first. Then you have a commitment. Then you have to take courage to start. And then
Yes.
you build a momentum with small wins, and then you get the confidence. So there are 5 steps to achieving the confidence. You cannot get confidence before you get clarity.
वेरी ट्रू, वेरी ट्रू. लेट मी जस्ट टेल यू हितेश, आपका इस छोटे से एक्सरसाइज से मेरे जो कुछ कंफ्यूजन थे उसमें क्लैरिटी आ गई है.
Okay.
छोटे से एक्सरसाइज से जब मुझे क्लैरिटी आ सकती है, तो व्यूअर्स मैं आपको बोलना चाहूंगा, अगर आप भी कहीं से कंफ्यूज्ड हैं या फिर आपको किसी तरह का फियर है, डर है, तो एक कोच कैन हेल्प यू इन द बेस्ट पॉसिबल वे. एंड यस, हितेश इज द बेस्ट पर्सन. आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू दैट. सो अगर आप कहीं से भी कंफ्यूजन है, क्लैरिटी की जरूरत है, तो यू मस्ट कॉन्टेक्ट हितेश. Hitesh, it's already 10:47. I think we should stop our conversation here. And yes, we can open question and answer session round. So we have Gautam and Karthik here in the Zoom room. So if they have any queries, they can ask. At the same time, I think the people who are there in the Facebook Live, even they can ask any questions. So yes, friends. Any questions?
Yeah, the best way is to just unmute and ask the people on Zoom, like Gautam or Karthik, if you have got anything. I think we can have a chat, which is the best way. Or you can put the question in the chat box.
या गौतम, आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर लें. कार्तिक, आप भी अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर लें. एंड यस, आप अगर कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं मुझे या हितेश को, सो वी लव टू आंसर यू.
Hitesh sir, Karthik here.
Hey, Karthik.
Sorry sir, I was talking on mute, but unfortunately that unmute button was not. I was not able to find that unmute button here because I was connected through mobile.
Okay.
Yeah. So, sir, you gave an example for the clarity and the visions that we need to select first, and then we need to select uh, that particular section that we need that we love, right?
Yeah.
So apart from these alls, there are many other businesses. Like for example, I'm currently working in the IT section, and I
Mm-hmm.
have 2 years of experience right now, and you can
Mm-hmm.
say I'm a beginner.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think is these IT companies, they work with different platforms, they work with different kinds of people, and I just wondered that how they come to know how they started the business and all.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
How the IT companies started business and all.
yes. So I just wanted to know. I just wondered that how to grow the
I think
company.
your voice is not clear.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll like explain it from
Hmm.
a career like standpoint, and maybe end
Exactly.
up end up with like a startup, right? Which is where you are going, right? See,
Yes.
we all have a career life or a business life,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a reason why we choose what we choose, right? A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
say, I'm passionate about painting, but then I
Mm-hmm.
cannot actually follow that because I have to earn money for my kids, right? So how
Mm-hmm.
do I choose between passion and what I have to? And
Exactly.
and my answer to that is it's never either or, right? Are you saying you
Mm-hmm.
are so passionate that you can let your kids be hungry? And the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
So your passion is not at the cost of earning money, right? There is a phase in your life, right? You get a calling, right? You don't have to force yourself to follow your passion. Everyone, when they start their business or a career, it is
Mm-hmm.
always out of need. When I started my first job, as I said, with the Bombay Stock Exchange, my earning was maybe 2 lakhs per
Mm-hmm.
annum, annually 2 lakhs
Mm-hmm.
rupees, right? But that was a need. I
Mm-hmm.
had to make a beginning somewhere, right? So when you work
Mm-hmm.
out of something which you need, right, you need to learn and you need to earn and you need to understand how the industry works, etc. and you
Mm-hmm.
and you choose something, either a job or a business. It's called out of need, and it's often called a job, in the way I'm saying it, job or a father's business, right? Because you have to do it. But at the same time,
Yes.
each one of us is also born with some natural talents, right? There is no exception on this planet.
Yes.
And we could call it the inner urge to do something or to become something. We could call it passion, etc., etc. Now,
Mm-hmm.
now, when you start in a job or a father's business out of need, it is fine. But over a period of time, you may start developing interest in that job, right? And
Yeah.
you start having a say in your father's business, and you start taking some decisions, and you rise to a manager level in your job, etc. Then
Mm-hmm.
we say it's not a job or a father's business. Now we call it a career. Most
Yeah.
of the people have a career, a job, or a father's business, or unfortunately, no job or no father's business. But people who are super successful and super happy,
Mm-hmm.
they've got something bigger than a job and a career. And that is what my life is all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
There will come a time in your life where you'll say that you're not seeing meaning in your job. You're not
Mm-hmm.
seeing a purpose in your business, right?
Yeah.
That is what I call a calling. So either you have a job, you have a career, or you have a calling. You have
Mm-hmm.
a calling when you don't drag yourself to work. You're super excited to jump out of your bed and to go
Yes.
to office or open your shop. Why? Because
Mm-hmm.
then you are in alignment. The inner urge which you had, if you get to operate using your inner urge, that's the time when you enjoy and you are also like super successful. Only 5% of the people on this planet are following their calling. I'm not saying that you should
Mm-hmm.
push yourself out of a job or a career and go for a calling. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that be self-aware, right? Yes, we need to.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to do job, right? I had to earn money, which was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But when the
Yeah.
opportunity came, and when I was seeing an opportunity to follow my calling, I jumped onto this, and now I am both super happy and super successful, right? So I'm saying it is not either or, it is a journey. The point is you have to be self-aware, right? What are you doing? You have to earn money for your kids.
Yep.
You have to pay EMIs. Your passion is not going to pay your bills, right? So you have to work,
Yes.
even if you don't like. But you should know your ultimate goal is to follow your calling. So that was
Yep.
actually the first part of like what you asked. Actually, the second, why do companies start IT companies and all that? I think that is more about a startup. See, a lot of people, I make the mistake of calling themselves an entrepreneur just because they want to put it on their Instagram profile or a LinkedIn profile that I'm a CEO and founder. And that is a recipe for failure. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot force yourself to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who's got an intuition.
Yep.
He's so passionate internally that I could solve this problem in this world that no one has tried to solve yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got some ideas. He may not have money also, but
Mm-hmm.
he's smart enough to experiment with that inner feeling. That's called actually the mixture of aspiration and inspiration, which I was explaining. An idea gets hold of you in a way that it takes you to a place where you're supposed to go in your life. That's called
Mm-hmm.
inspiration. So people, actually the real entrepreneurs, people who create successful startups, are people who are inspired. They
Mm-hmm.
get hold, an idea gets hold of them, and now they are trying to express that idea. And the power is not in the idea, the power is in execution. Google came up with actually the search engine idea 5 years after Yahoo search engine was already there,
Yep.
but Google executed it better.
Mm-hmm.
Free chat on WhatsApp that we see was first invented by BlackBerry BBM, if you know, right? But
Yes.
who executed better? WhatsApp, right?
What's
So there is no power in idea. Market rewards execution.
Execution.
So
Mm-hmm.
you
So
have
true.
to be a good executionist. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
I think that's a great insight, Hitesh. Karthik, I hope you got your answer. Uh, if you
Yes,
want
sir.
to ask something, then most welcome. We have sort of time. We have only 4 minutes to go, and we'll close our today's session. So, Gautam, if you have any question, you can ask.
Or Karthik, if you have got anything follow up on
गौतम,
that.
कार्तिक आपको और कुछ पूछना है?
No, sir, that was really inspirational. And I checked your profile right now in that Bizstart, that site, and
Yeah.
I got to know that there are multiple platforms that we can check into. And I'm a beginner also, and in IT, I'm also got that feeling that no, this job is not for me. But still, we are doing because of some sort of
Yeah,
problems, or we are doing because of
yeah, for
some,
earning, right?
yes,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
earning,
for cash. Yeah,
or you can say that whatever I have the passion for, I do not have that much experience in that particular field. So due to that only, we are merged into this, and we are just going through the flow. And yeah, I got that site, and it was really helpful for me. So I will search through that. I will go through that site and check
Thank you, Karthik.
what's better for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was
Thank you.
wonderful conversation, Hitesh. Thank you so much for being here in our very first episode of Aspire to Inspire. So viewers, friends, मैं आपको बोलना चाहूँगा ये हमने एक पहला स्टेप लिया और हितेश मैं आपको बोलना चाहूँगा आपका यहाँ आना और ये शुरुआत हमारे इस जर्नी का इससे बेटर हो नहीं सकता था. तो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट. For being here again. And yes, friends, see you in the next episode with a new
yeah. I want to say one thing, Amit.
inspiring
Right?
journey. Yes,
I
Hitesh.
think it'll be wrong if I don't appreciate like your efforts. Like knowing Amit, he's also on a mission to impact 10 million lives. He takes out time from his busy schedule to do free webinars for entrepreneurs, students, right, who want to achieve financial life freedom. I know he is very active on the social side as well. So I think I appreciate all the effort, and I cherish actually the friendship which we have. And I wish you all the best that you achieve big in your life, Amit. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hitesh, for your kind words. And yes, friends, see you in the next episode with a new inspiring story. Thank you so much.